Welcome back. As trade tensions between the U.S. and Canada remain high, one of the key trade negotiators from Canada is stepping down. Kirsten Hillman, Canada's longtime ambassador to the U.S., announced last week that she is leaving her post at the end of the year. Her decision coming as President Trump considers potentially withdrawing from the USMCA trade agreement reached by the U.S., Canada, and Mexico under President Trump's first administration, and less than 2 months after the president terminated trade talks with Canada after the province of Ontario ran anti-tariff ads featuring the voice of Ronald Reagan. And Ambassador Kirsten Hillman joins me now. Ambassador, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, Kristen.
Congratulations on this next step for you. Talk a little bit about this decision. I'm sure it couldn't be an easy one. Why now? Why did you want to step down now?
It is a hard decision. I mean, this job has been the privilege of my life, representing my country here in the United States. But I've been here for 8 years. I've been ambassador for 6. And we're moving towards a new phase in our discussions on trade in particular that will probably take a little while, and it just seemed like it was the right time to have a new team in place to see those negotiations through. So tough decision, lots of emotions, but deeply grateful for having served.
You talk about the trade negotiations. Obviously, there have been tensions. Did that factor into your decision to step down at this point?
No, it didn't. It didn't. When Prime Minister Carney came into office in the spring, we talked a little bit about me and my future. He asked me to stay on, and I said I would, but that I didn't want a whole another 4-year term. That was just too long after having been here for quite some time. And normally terms are only 3 to 4 years, so 6 is already, longer than usual. I was happy to be here for a little while, but it was always the plan to transition to a new ambassador.
Given the trade tensions right now, Ambassador, how do you assess the current relationship between the United States and Canada now versus when you first took your position?
Oh, that's a very good question. So I came to the U.S. during the first negotiations, the renegotiation of the NAFTA. And people might recall at the time, it was quite tumultuous. There were questions as to whether or not the agreement would be ripped up. We made it through. We made it through, and in my opinion, with an agreement that is very strong, that's led to 25% increased trade between our 3 countries. So it's successful. The facts are that it's successful. This time, we're happy to have another look at it, make sure it's fit for purpose, but feel like it's important not to reconsider the fundamentals, because the fundamentals are working well.
Well, speaking of USMCA, I want to play you a little bit of what President Trump has said about it and get your reaction on the other side. Let's take a look.
Can you also talk about the USMCA and what you're thinking about renegotiating that with the automakers?
Well, that's just an ongoing thing. It expires in about a year, and we'll either let it expire or we'll maybe work out another deal with Mexico and Canada. But look, Mexico and Canada have taken advantage of the United States, like just about every other country.
Do you think the USMCA can survive, Ambassador?
I do. I think it can survive because it's the right thing for all 3 countries, but it's the right thing for America. Canada is your biggest customer. You sell more to us than China, the UK, France, and Japan combined. So you put all those countries together, that's 1.7 billion people. We're 40 billion people, and we buy more from American manufacturers than all of them combined. It is in the interest of the United States to keep free and open trade with Canada, and the USMCA is the cornerstone of that. It's the foundation upon which that's based. So I think that those facts are what are going to get us through.
Big picture, how do you think the U.S. and Canada can turn the temperature down? Do you think it's headed in that direction? I
do think we can turn the temperature. Actually, I already think the temperature has turned down. I think that Prime Minister Carney and the President have a good rapport. I'd say they have a collegial relationship. They just spent 45 minutes talking together with President Sheinbaum just after the FIFA draw, but 2 hours sitting side by side at the FIFA draw, talking about, soccer, obviously, but many other things. They have a good, solid relationship. That doesn't solve all of the challenges, but it certainly helps. And I do think that we will make our way through with open lines of communication, not just with the president, but with a lot of his advisors that are close to him, who I see as committed to helping us work this through.
Finally, can you tell us what's next for you?
Well, first of all, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I'm leaving in February, and so I'm here for a while still. I'm going to take a bit of a break, just consider my next steps, visit my parents who are elderly, and I've seen less of than I would have liked to. So it's some of that kind of thing, and then consider my next steps. But I'm excited to be moving on. But I'm also kind of nostalgic because there's nothing that's going to come near the honor of representing my country and Canadians here in Washington.
Well, we wish you all the best. We wish you a wonderful holiday season, and we really appreciate your stopping by to talk to us about all of this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.